Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So glad to see you guys again. I actually just finished reading the Attack on Titan manga. I watch Attack on Titan weekly when it comes out every Sunday here in the US, and I was just like, you know what, I'm sick of this. The show is supposed to be ending soon anyway. The manga has already come to a close, so like let me just read it and like just get it over with, because I'm not doing this every week. I'm not doing this. We're done. It was only not that many chapters left, so I kind of like banged it out in like a few hours or so, and I have thoughts on the final chapter of it. Initial thoughts about the chapter: I wasn't mad about it. I actually enjoyed it. Like, it was a good time. Like, for an ending for a very popular manga, very popular story, I think Attack on Titan actually did a really good job. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who like are just so grateful for a show where I'm like they're immune to criticism. Like, I said Dune was boring. I will talk about how bad the Squid Game ending was and how it ruined the entire show. So I'm not one of those people who are like immune to like criticizing shows and stuff like that. That being said, I honestly don't have that much negative things to say about the ending, about the last few chapters. Most of my, reason for making this video is because I kind of just want to discuss some of my thoughts about it. And I kind of wanted to speak on some of the points a few points of criticism that I saw about the chapter that, I just wanted to give my 2 cents in. Anyway, of course, spoiler alerts. But anyway, so, in our final chapters, we saw the gang, they caught up to the rumbling, they defeated Eren, yada, yada, yada. The rumbling ended, and Eren was defeated. Eren was unalived, I should say, perhaps. And yeah, we saw the gang kind of starting to, like, rebuild the world that was destroyed. Mikasa dies, like, quite a bit of time has passed, and I believe, like, Paradise Island has bombed out. Just bombed out. Was it Paradise Island that was bombed? Anyway, whatever the fuck. Someone got bombed, and we basically see like the cycle of violence is continuing. Whatever. Things that I like. I want to start about things I liked about the final few chapters. First thing I liked was, like I said before, could have been way worse, honestly. I feel like whoever wrote the story, I don't know the author's name, but I feel like they did a great job of putting so many like clues throughout the story, and like they're keeping the characters consistent for the most part. And I felt like the ending stayed true to the show. I didn't see that many ass pulls. I didn't see that many huge gaping plot holes that were left just to resolve the story. I honestly didn't mind. I didn't know people didn't like the ending until I looked it up. Honestly enjoyed seeing like the Marlians and the Paradise Island people coming together, like Peak and Gabby and Falco and all that stuff working with the team. Hange dying was so sad. Levi getting his last shot on Zeke was really satisfying. Mikasa being the one to eventually deal like the landing blow to Eren was really satisfying. We got to see Armin squaring up with Eren. We got to see the parents watching their children fight for the last time. I feel like there was quite a bit of fan service actually in those last few chapters. Like, we got a lot of what we wanted to see, I think, personally. We got new Titan designs. We saw like the previous 9 Titans. We saw more of a mirror doing a mirrors thing. So I really, really enjoyed it. Like, usually the more I talk about the ending of a show or manga, I dislike it because I start thinking, but like the more I talk about it, I actually really liked it. So I actually want to get into some of the criticisms I saw about the manga, and honestly, like, it's not like the final word about it. I want you guys to like tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. The first criticism that I saw about the ending that I really, really want to talk about is sort of people saying that they didn't like Emir's reasoning for being so beholden to King Fritz. They didn't like the fact that it was revealed that the reason why she was so loyal to him all this time was because she was actually in love with the king. Makes sense. Okay, so I'm looking at one particular thread on Reddit about it, and their criticism is that they didn't mind necessarily that Ymir was actually in love with the king, but they just mind how that reveal came with no additional context for how such a contrived situation developed. It was sort of just dropped on our faces, and we just had to accept it. I don't understand. Like, that's so like. What? What are you talking about? I don't know. I don't understand that criticism. I saw a lot of people have that criticism, and I don't really understand it. It's not that complicated. This little slave girl had her village and her people destroyed by King Fritz, and she was taken as a slave, and she was basically like enslaved, and she was like forced to like, I guess, be around this person. Eventually she developed a love for him, or a strong loyalty, had his kids, whatever, and still serves him 2,000 years later. It sounds strange, yes, but it's not like a contrived situation. Like, it happens quite frequently in history, where people who are enslaved, like, they become captors for people, and like they develop relationships. Like, it's called like Stockholm syndrome. Like, it's not like, I don't really understand what the criticism there was. Like, the idea that her being in love with King Fritz was like sort of an unsatisfactory reason for her to be still basically following his orders without 2,000 years. Like, this isn't just like a slave master type relationship. This is quite common, actually, like even nowadays, where typically a woman will become like groomed by an older man, a more powerful man. And I use powerful very, very loosely. Like, they can just be a man who's older, who has more money, or has more resources. The girl gets groomed by this powerful man. Like, the man sometimes takes the girl out of a bad situation, and, you know, sort of grooms her and like takes care of her. And in her eyes, the man is like saving her. So she feels loyalty. She feels like, oh my God, this man took me out of this horrible situation. He loved me. He showed me affection. And in Amir's case, it's really fucked up, because it's like, I mean, he saved you from the situation, but he also put you in the fucking situation. He also caused you the trauma. So it's not weird that, like, especially a man who's a king will have this much of a hold over her. Like, she feels like, even if she feels trapped by him, even if she feels like she's resentful of him, like, she still has these feelings of like, oh my God, he basically raised me, and I had his kids. Like, it's not surprising to me that she would feel still so enslaved to him after all these years, because again, it happened to her when she was a kid. So like, that really fucks with you. And she remains a kid as far as her appearance goes. When she's in, I believe that world is called the Path or whatever, she remains a kid. So it's like, for all intents and purposes, she's kind of stuck in that eternal phase of just like, this is my master, this is the king who I have to obey no matter what. Not until she, like, I guess, discovers Mikasa, that she's like, oh my God, this person is powerful enough to, I guess, free me of these shackles. And in her mind, she believes that she doesn't have the power herself, even though clearly she does. She's the founding titan. I don't really understand what's there to not understand, or like what's so contrived about that. So that was the first thing I was sort of confused about. Let's talk about how brutal the show was. Jesus Christ, like, those kids getting stomped, those people getting stomped, bro. The people who draw this shit, like, they're real sadistic, bro. Oh, also, another criticism that people had was the fact that they didn't like the way that genocide was portrayed as, like, not that bad in the show. I'm assuming they're talking about the way Aaron's friends, his close group of friends, still kind of love him and care for him at the end. And they even, I believe Armin even thanks him for trying to, I guess, help his friends or whatever. And a lot of people don't like that. They think it's sort of trying to justify genocide. I don't think that at all. Like, never in the story did I ever think that, like, the writers of the show were promoting genocide and promoting that kind of thing. I think that, again, you have the situation where, like, these kids who grew up in, like, deep trauma. And I think that actually, so just a segue, I don't think that gets talked about enough, about especially this ending, where it's like, of course, like, apart from all that stuff, oh, it's like Amir or whatever, these kids, they have deep trauma. Like, they have deep trauma for their entire lives. They basically seen people get killed. They're all around them. They've seen their friends and family get killed all around them. They have, like, really, really, really deep trauma. All they know is people trying to kill them. So I think if we have to, like, sort of look at these characters and their actions and what they say with that lens, and look at the lens of, like, despite everyone wanting them dead, like, they still had a close group of friends that they care about. So I think when you look at it through that perspective, of course they still want to save Eren. Of course they still like Eren. Like he's their best friend. They grew up together. They've been through shit together, man. They've been through shit together. I think because we see things through their view, and we get the impression that, like, the story is trying to make genocide seem like this, like, you know, not so bad thing. I don't think that's the case at all, because apart from these small group of people, everyone else is still trying to stop Eren, is still trying to stop these people, and still trying to like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't think that, like, at any point genocide in the show has been seen as, like, a good thing. Like, there's always been opposition to the genocide, like, that's been going on in the show. I think just because we see his friends not forgive him, but, like, sort of understand him and understand his motive, you guys are gonna have to, like, calm down, because you guys act like Like when you watch shows like this, you kind of lose your critical thinking. You kind of like lose like scope of like what happens in real life. Newsflash: people do horrible stuff all the time, and their friends and family stay by them and support them because like they don't see them as that kind of person. Like I hello, like it happens. Like there will be serial killers who at their court or hearing, like they'll have their family or their girlfriends by their side, like be like, oh my god, this is a good man. Like so let's I think that's also a big thing about why the ending of the show is like kind of messing with so many people's minds, because it's just like it's so realistic in a way. It's so sort of like cruel, and it's so sort of like, yeah, realistic. It's realistic in the sense that like a the day wasn't saved. Millions of people died. Most of the world died. At the end of it, when Aaron and his friends long passed away, their shit got bombed up. Like they had to kill their best friend. They had to kill many of their friends. They had to like it's real, bro. It's real. And despite people doing horrible stuff, people stand by those people because they love them and they care about them and they understand them. Same thing for Emir's situation. If you guys just look at it with the scope of like, this shit happens all the time when young girls are being ruined by older, powerful men and they feel like a Stockholm's, like, if you look at it with that kind of lens, there's nothing really out of the ordinary about this show and like their dynamics between like the people. And again, I'm not saying this ending was perfect, but I'm just saying like, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that bad. And there are other small critiques there. Like, I see them, I read them. Like, I'm not going to touch on them because, like, I don't really have much to say about them. It's like, they're valid, I guess. Like, to me, I look past them, like, I didn't really care. Like, it didn't take that much away from me. But, like, if for you it was a big deal and, like, you want to take points off of it, like, go ahead. Like, but I do think some of the criticism, they were just a bit, like, you guys are doing too much. Like, people were saying that the fact that they were able to survive so long battling the Titans and the only casualty was Levi hurting his leg, or Gene and them being turned into Titans and just to be turned back. Guys, do you watch anime? Like, this shit happens all the time in anime. Not to excuse it, but this shit happens all the fucking time in anime. And to be fair, a lot of people died already. A lot of main characters died already in Attack on Titan. So, like, can we end with some people? Can we have some people trying to rebuild, please? Like, come on, stop nitpicking. I have no problem with Mikasa being the one to free Ymir. I have no problem with that at all. Like, I have no problem with it. Oh, okay, the last thing I want to leave you guys off on is my actual criticism. My actual, like, genuine from the heart criticism, like the one thing that I'll walk away criticizing. I'm going to need these, how should I say this? I'm going to need these young manga creators, or these manga creators, when they're teenagers, when they're kids, and when they're imagining creating, like, the next, like, Dragon Ball Z or the next Naruto series. I'm going to need these little boys to go outside and gain social skills, learn how to communicate with the opposite sex, and learn how to communicate with people that they find a romantic interest in, because I'm sick of watching and reading these shonen animes particularly, and these main characters have the worst displays of affection I've ever seen. I don't know what it is about these manga writers, but for the love of God, they can't write a romance. I'm not talking about a good romance. I'm not talking about Titanic. I'm talking about a decent, believable romance. Why are you people so inept on writing a good romance in a story? If you can't do it, don't do it. Just leave it out. It's fine. Just leave it out. It's fine. It's fine. I'll give it to, who did a good romance? Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail did a great romance. Fairy Tail, of all the anime I've watched, like big shonen animes I've watched, Fairy Tail probably executed romance the best. The best. For all the shit you guys talk about Fairy Tail did romance the best. Hear me out. Zeref and Mavis. Show me a stronger anime couple. Show me how you can create... Show me a stronger and more believable anime couple than Mavis and Zeref. And if you have one, I bet you the next one will be Urza and... what's his name? I can't remember his name. Urza and Lamak. The one with the blue hair, the dude that Urza likes. Top anime couples. You know why they're top anime couples? Because they're believable. Mavis and Zara. When they meet, it's creepy. Don't get me wrong, it's creepy. But when they meet, Mavis, top of the world, living life, has a friends. Zareth, not so much, right? Not so much. Zareth sees a light in Mavis. Mavis sees someone who she can help, work with, and like someone she could bring light to with Zareth. They meet each other again. Mavis not doing so well. Zareth somehow doing better than Mavis. And they fall in love and the curse happens and all that yada 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 yada. What I'm trying to say is that was executed so well. The emotion was there. The feelings were there. The feelings were believable. Even when Mavis still loved this man after what he did to her girl, that was believable, bro. That was believable. Urza and Giraffe? What the fuck was his name? Jalal. Urza and Jalal. I love that they didn't end up together. Actually, I hate that they didn't end up together. I hated that. But I liked it because they shouldn't have ended up together at that time. The author knew when to pull it back. They knew that, you know what? The fans like them together and they have a history. They have a good connection to each other. They'll always be there for each other. Jalal cares deeply about Urza and vice versa. But like, it's not the time, man. It's not the time for them to be together. And that was perfect. No other anime would do that. No other anime manga will do that. Because they don't have the social skills and the wherewithal. They don't have it. They don't fucking have it, bro. So when we get to Attack on Titan, and let me get to Naruto first. Naruto has fairy tale up here couples. Naruto down here, at my fucking knee, bro. At my fucking knee. Naruto and Hinata have no chemistry. Have no chemistry. I said it. They have no chemistry. All the couples that we see in Boruto, we've really never seen them interact. Meanwhile, they're having babies and shit. Sasuke and Sakura, man tried to kill her. Man outright told her she's annoying many times. Sakura was getting her heart broken left and right from this girl. Man is a deadbeat dad to this fucking lady. Deadbeat dad. They're married and together. Why? So, my thing is, I want to talk about Sasuke and Sakura because that's going to segue into Attack on Titan. And it goes back to what I was talking about, the young boys creating manga. I'm going to need you young boys to learn that a good relationship isn't necessarily a girl pining after a man for damn near a decade. A girl pining after a man for damn near a decade and getting blown off, getting insulted, and getting disrespected, and getting all that stuff and ignored. And then the man finally having something traumatic happen to him, and then he realizes that, like, damn, I need to be with this girl, bro. She's my girl, bro. I want to have a baby with this girl. Where they do that at? Like, I mean, it happens in real life, but where they do that at? Why is that? Why? And that's the most common trope I've seen in anime. Like, it's just, why do we do that? Why can't, hear me out. How about, by the way, it happens vice versa as well with the guy pining after the girl, but that happens in a little bit more of a perverted way. But anyway, why can't a girl be interested in a guy, right? A guy not necessarily feel it, like he doesn't really see her that way, but he's not outright mean to her. And then slowly they develop their friendship. And then you can see him sort of like, developing feelings for her, and they get to the point where it's just like, damn, you know what? Like, I really love this girl. Like, that happened with Naruto and Hinata, but not really. Like, it wasn't really developing. It was more so like Hinata, like just doing her thing, and then Naruto finally realizing during a fucking movie or whatever. But why don't we have that? Why don't we have a natural evolution of relationship? Why is it always with the weird extremes? Back to Attack on Titan. I'm gonna say it. Eren has never given Mikasa play. Eren has never indicated that he liked Mikasa more than just being a friend. Never did it. And I watched Attack on Titan from the beginning. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Do I think I'm wrong? Nope. Never did it. Never. I don't even think he so much as blushed at the girl. Don't even think when he was like a teenager, at least, kid maybe. When he was a teenager, at least, don't think he so much as blushed at the girl. Don't even think he really saw her as a girl for a long time. Like, I think he just saw her as a friend like Armin, or someone that like he has to protect, or something like that. But like as a love interest, I've never seen it. Mikasa clearly has feelings for Eren. Eren the other way, never seen it. But the annoying thing about that is that, like, much like Sasuke and Sakura, why couldn't it just stay that way? Why couldn't it just be that? Well, I mean, I think it did end up happening, but because Eren fucking died. But why couldn't it just be that Eren had feelings for, Mikasa had feelings for Eren. Eren didn't reciprocate it. Eren was honest about how he didn't reciprocate it. And they eventually sort of moved on, and they found someone that they both, could individually go with. Again, happened in Naruto with Naruto and Sakura, kind of, but not really, kind of. Why couldn't that be a thing? Because I surely don't believe they had chemistry. I don't believe it. Romantic chemistry, I don't see it. But I don't know why they feel this pressure to put like the main character with someone. Despite, like, I don't know why they do it, because I when I tell you they kissed, when Mikasa kissed Eren's severed head, sad, pathetic. She didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve her first real kiss with the man to be after he's dead with his severed head. She didn't deserve that. She didn't deserve that at all. And to carry the man's head, she didn't deserve that. She deserved more than that. And what really fucking got me, why is Eren, granted, like I said before, trauma, psychological damage from the childhood, trauma, fine. Mikasa knows how to express her emotions and how to basically like make it clear that she likes Eren, so I don't even know how much I'll let the trauma excuse go, but fine. I'll give it to you that Eren had a lot on his plate, with like destroying the world and everything. I'll give it to you. Why was Homeboy talking to Armin about how he doesn't want Mikasa with another man, and he starts whining like that? Do you remember that his performance in that chapter when he's talking to Armin about Mikasa? What was that performance? What was that a performance about? That was so weird. That was so fucking weird. Talk about out of character. That was out of character. That was so fucking weird. Not even Sasuke did that. You cannot have this man, is the word simping over this girl randomly like that to make up for you not developing the relationship properly for the last fucking 100 something chapters. You can't do it, bro. I'm so sorry, you can't do it. At that point, you just have to hang it up and then be like, you know what? I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and it's fine. I don't know who felt satisfaction seeing Eren and Mikasa together, kissing like that. I don't know who. It wasn't me. Show enough. That was my criticism about it. But everything else, I liked it. It was fun. Anyway, if you liked this video, cool. Give me a thumbs up, whatever. Subscribe if you want. Leave a comment. I actually just want to know what you guys think about the finale, because this shit came out months ago, I think. This shit, like, wait a long time. I'm late to the party. Look at me posting this video like this shit just came out today. No, I'm late to the party. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.